The mournful screams of Viserion pierced through the sky. Dany looked at her child with grief as he slowly fell from the sky. Then he crashed heavily onto the ice. Time seemed to stand still at this moment. Viserion closed his eyes forever. His body vanished inch by inch into the cold lake water. The Night King didn't give Dany time to grieve. He picked up the second ice spear. At this moment, Jon realized the mistake he had made and hurriedly warned Dany to leave. But when he rushed back, he was thrown into the lake by the Whites. Dany didn't have time to think much. Drogon flapped his huge wings and soared into the sky, flying upwards. He luckily avoided the Night King's attack. Dany looked reluctantly at the place where Viserion had disappeared. She couldn't have imagined that the first battle with the Night King would come at such a cost. Not long after Dany left, Jon climbed out of the lake with his tenacious will, but the Whites that hadn't been evacuated noticed him. The cold had left Jon with no strength to fight anymore. At this moment, a man on a warhorse, holding a fireball in his hand, appeared again. And this man was once a ranger of the Night's Watch, Jon's uncle Benjen. He placed Jon on his horse and then chose to fight the Whites alone. Benjen Stark had spent his whole life fighting for the living, even though he was now half man and half White Walker. In Jon's heart, Uncle Benjen had always been someone he respected, but when they met again, they didn't even have a chance to talk. Dany stood on the watchtower of Eastwatch and didn't want to leave for a long time. She hoped for a miracle to happen. However, instead of waiting for her child to return, she saw Jon being dragged back by a horse. Jon didn't die. After recuperating, he woke up. For this mission, he hoped to get Dany's forgiveness.
The dragons are my children. They're the only children I'll ever have. Do you understand?
For what you are.
Losing one of her children made Dany realize the power and terror of the Night King. This strengthened her determination to go to the north. It was also here that Jon gave up his identity as the Warden of the North and swore allegiance to Dany. On the other side, the Night King fished out the Viserion that had fallen into the lake. Perhaps he had already known Jon and the others' plan, so he surrounded them without attacking. Then he waited for Dany to come for support. The Night King slowly approached Viserion's cold corpse. Then he placed his hand on its forehead, and this was the Night King's true purpose. It was also a scene that no one wanted to see.